Hello, and welcome to Bellevue Bound. I'm Anna, and I'm here to talk to you about what to eat, what to drink, and what to do in Bellevue, Washington, a destination in the Pacific Northwest that is now more connected than ever. We recently witnessed a historic opening of the Cross Lake Connection. It's a light rail that goes across Lake Washington on board a floating bridge connecting Bellevue and Seattle. And what this means for visitors to Bellevue is that going to iconic landmarks like Pike Place Market or going to the Mariners game or even going to this summer's FIFA World Cup matches is as simple as hopping on a train. It's carbon-free, it's car-free, and as a halo city for the World Cup, Bellevue is activating fan experiences throughout the city. And with us today is a very special guest. Bellevue Brewing Company is our first locally owned craft brewery. It recently took home some major awards at the World Beer Cup. And with us today to tell that story is James Whitaker, who is a former professor of computer technology, formerly worked at Microsoft and Google, and an accidental brewer. Thank you so much for joining us today, James.
Thanks for having me, Anna.
So tell me a little bit about how you fell into brewery ownership.
Well, it's kind of a sad story, actually. My best friend and his wife owned Bellevue Brewing Company. They started in 2012, and I discovered it and fell in love with its beer, and wrote a couple books at the bar top.
What kind of books?
I wrote tech books. I wrote career books. I wrote a book on storytelling. I'm a writer. And so he was expanding and asked me for a loan, and I gave it to him. This is where the story gets a little sad. He passed away a few years later.
Okay.
And I found myself with the most shares in the brewery. And so I had a choice of either letting my favorite brewery go under and his widow and his son without, income, or to become a brewer and a brewery owner, which I did. Run it to this day. So it's a proper family-owned business. Every single member of my family and the Robertson family work at the brewery.
So your family didn't previously used to work at the brewery, but they all do now?
They all do now.
Well,
yeah.
How did that transpire?
It was just kind of interest. You need, whenever you're in the food business, employees come and go. And so I was like, hey, come help. And all of a sudden, we're all into it because it's super fun. I don't think, certainly people in the restaurant industry aren't getting rich. We're not doing this for the money.
Yeah.
We're doing this because we get to preside over people having a good time.
And Bellevue Brewing Company wasn't always in its current location, right?
That's right. We started off on the Bel-Red corridor. We're only a couple miles from it now. And then we moved to this new neighborhood called the Spring District, which is a thriving, bustling little neighborhood right on the edge of Bellevue. And so now we have two locations. The new one, which is Bellevue Brewing, and the old one, which we just started calling the OG, and the name stuck, so we renamed it the Original Gangster. So we have two
cool.
in Bellevue, the Original Gangster and Bellevue Brewing itself.
That's really cool.
So the Gangster, I know people are like, oh, that's bad, right? That's murder and all this stuff. It's not. Not in Seattle. In the Pacific Northwest, we had gangsters called gentlemen bootleggers. They didn't murder. They didn't do any other crime except illegal booze during Prohibition. In fact, it's a story I tell at the brewery on occasion.
So it's just like a homecoming story almost.
There you go.
So the Spring District, it's a transit-oriented neighborhood that's actually a LEED Silver award-winning or certified silver.
Yeah, it does have some kind of green certification.
Yeah.
It is transit-oriented, which makes parking a little bit of a challenge, but
you're so close to the light rail station.
So close to the light rail station. And there is plenty of parking there. It's just well hidden. And it's right next to a bike trail, too, the Cross Kirkland Corridor, which goes from South Bellevue all the way to Bothell.
Could ride your bike.
Yeah, lots of fit people coming in and sustaining themselves with our beer.
But when you first move into the Spring District, there was nothing there,
Yeah,
right?
We were pretty much it. And now there's there's 3 apartment complexes and us and nothing else for a while. And now it's Facebook's headquarters.
So you're kind of like an attraction in the Spring
Well,
District.
I think the breweries are always sort of the hearts of their communities. Maybe I'm a little biased, but yeah, we're the coolest thing in the Spring District and probably the coolest thing in the city. Even though Visit Bellevue would say there's a lot of cool stuff.
Your facility is kind of like state of the art. You've got some tank to tap stuff.
It's beautiful. When you think of most breweries, you think of, backless metal stools and concrete floors and food trucks.
Sure.
And you get a lot of those. We are
Yeah.
the only urban brewery on the east side. There's several urban breweries on the west side, particularly in Ballard.
Yeah.
But on the east side, we're it. We are in the middle of a thriving little downtown. People can walk to us. People can bike to us. People can take buses and light rail, including that what's that little thing?
Bellhop.
The bellhop. Yeah, that
Yeah.
drives around Bellevue for free. They stop at our place as well. So
Yeah.
it's easy to get to, and we put some thought into, other people than just beer drinkers.
Mhm.
Our wine's good. We have a full cocktail menu. We have some really good top shelf bourbons. I'm from Kentucky, and
Okay.
so I kind of take bourbon more seriously than any other spirit. So there's some. In fact, we have Top Shelf Tuesday if you want
What's on
bourbon
your
on
top
Tuesday.
shelf?
Oh my goodness, everything. Pappy Van Winkle, the Boss Hog,
Coveted.
Fanged Pursuit. I mean, I could go on. We don't have
Yeah.
enough time in this
No,
interview
we
for
don't. We're
Top
here to
Shelf.
talk about beer. And I think last time there was a time where I tasted a beer that had whiskey in it or bourbon in it.
So sometimes we age our beers in bourbon barrels,
Yeah.
and then I have this little trick that I run this bourbon club, and I have this little trick where I show you how the right mix of a little bit of bourbon into a dark malty beer. But one unique thing about our brewery is that
Yeah.
we serve directly from beer tanks. Our
Yeah.
beer's not kegged,
So
and
what does
so
that mean? Like,
well, if you go into Bellevue Brewing, and I hope you do when you visit Bellevue, take a look above the bar, and you'll see these copper tanks. They're 1,000 liters each, and there's 10 of them. So one of those tanks holds 20 kegs, the equivalent of 20 kegs, and the beer comes directly piped into those tanks from the brewery, so it's perfectly fresh.
it's never touched air
Never touched oxygen.
until you tap it.
That's right. And so in a keg, beer will last only so long before it begins to get oxygenated.
In the pursuit of fresher hops, I also know that you guys have a fresh hop season, particularly because we're in a region where there's so much
Where
distribution
they're
of those
actually
hops.
fresh.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yakima, Washington, which is, just a couple hours drive, is the capital of hop growing in the world.
Yeah.
50% of all hops in the world are grown in Yakima. 75% of all the hops used in beer in the USA are grown in Yakima. That's a lot of hops.
So you drive out there?
We drive out in our cars and we fill them with hundreds, thousands of pounds of fresh hops. And I mean, they're fresh. They were just picked that same day.
Okay.
So we're unique in the sense that we can make actual fresh hop beers. They're
Yeah.
not bagged up and shipped.
Yeah.
And so you'll see more fresh hop beer in the Pacific Northwest than anywhere. And we have our staples, and people look forward to it every year. And you might find that, when you order a beer, we take a fresh hop and float it in your glass.
That's cool. So you get a sensation of the farm.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. So for the fresh hop season, if I'm trying to visit your brewery to just get those fresh hops in my brew, when would I go?
You would go, hops are harvested in the fall,
Yeah.
like a lot of crops are. And so anytime between late September or all the way through November, there's a strand of hop called El Dorado, which is one of the latest that's harvested. Fresh hop beer does not stick around very long. And you can't make more because the hops are no longer fresh after September, October, November.
That's really cool. Do they taste any different?
Oh, you can taste the difference.
Yeah.
In fact, we run a tasting where we have called flight of IPAs. Occasionally, we'll fresh hop a pale ale, but mostly they're IPAs.
So what is your approach to beer making? How did we get from owning a brewery to winning awards at the World Beer Cup?
Well, it's a lot of it is creativity. A lot of it is research.
Yeah.
So the particular beer that won at the World Beer Cup is a recipe that we found through extensive research. So we call it a pre-prohibition lager. It's a lager that you might have tasted if you were drinking at a really nice brew pub in or saloon, it would have been called, in maybe Milwaukee or St. Louis. It's made with a hop called a cluster hop, which is unique to that period of time, and it's brewed with particular strains of yeast that would have been used during that time. We actually got a government tax rebate on the research that we did because this recipe for our 1882 pre-prohibition Pilsner is so unique.
Who would have been drinking that kind of beer?
People in St. Louis, saloon goers in St. Louis, nice restaurants in St. Louis, Milwaukee. There was a lot of German influx, immigration during the Franco-Prussian Wars in the late 1800s. The Italians brought their wine, the Irish brought their whiskey, and the Germans brought their beer recipes. But they brewed that beer with ingredients that they could get locally. And so the Germans happened to settle in, the Mississippi corridor. So any city along there from Baton Rouge up through, Minnesota and Twin Cities.
And so now with the Prohibition lager, you kind of are putting that on the world stage this summer.
We are. We're taking that recipe and we are recasting it as the Bellevue Baller.
Bellevue Baller.
It is going to be Bellevue's official beer of the World Cup, and we're pretty excited about it. We get to bring these flavors of the Northwest and even of Mexico and Canada, right? So kind of paying homage to the other two nations that are co-hosting this World Cup.
Well, that's awesome. So this beer is used to help celebrate and honor the host cities of the World Cup this summer.
Yeah, as far as I know, some hotel guests might find some in a nice gift basket when they check in, and certainly you'll be finding it around town if you're watching the World Cup at a bar in Bellevue. You're going to be able to get to taste this beer, and of course you can come to my brewery,
absolutely,
and taste it fresh out of the tank.
And this beer, there's like a limited printing of the can labels and everything, right?
Yep.
How much are you making?
Well, we're making as much as we can in a single canning run. So there will be some thousands of cans out there. Get them while you can.
Yeah.
We will also be doing crowlers. We'll be filling those as we go. And those we can refill. There's going to be one single canning run. So there'll be souvenir cans for sure. And you guys are doing the design for the label. I'm pretty excited to see that.
Yes.
Beer is excellent, and it's eminently quaffable that you can drink it through an entire 90-minute game. And
Sure.
and still have your brain and your wits about you.
Sure. And at Bellevue Brewing Company, if you're drinking it there, there's a lot of activity happening in the Spring District for the World Cup.
There is.
Yeah, there's like celebrations, activations.
Yep,
there's
we're
photo
going to have
ops.
photo ops, skills challenges. There's going to be some local football clubs.
Mid-Lakes United.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. And I think Bellevue FC.
Yeah.
And I think some of the kids, the youth programs, we're going to invite Crossfire and Lake Hills, and there'll be skills challenges, and there will be games and a lot of fun. The Spring District also has this giant water feature
Yeah, they do.
that kids splash around in.
Yeah.
So bring the kids and have a good time, and then we're going to rope it off and have the biggest beer garden in the Pacific Northwest through the entire World Cup.
That's awesome. So you're going to be able to drink your Bellevue Baller and roam around the Spring
Yes,
District.
you will. You most certainly will. You can get in a little exercise.
Does that include the area with the swings?
Yeah, that's right. The area with the swings and then the trees. We're going to get some TVs outside.
Okay.
So you can, there's a lot of nervous pacing during soccer matches. So real soccer fans don't just sit relaxed and watch.
No.
So we're going to give you plenty of room to pace. And enjoy yourself and enjoy our beer.
Well, soccer is a pretty high-intensity sport.
It is.
You're going 90 minutes back and forth without any break.
Yep, that's right.
You guys typically have like lots of screens within the Bellevue Brewing Company.
We do. We have plenty of screens inside. We're going to get a couple outside.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of traditional in Europe to watch the games with your neighbors in the local
Cute.
square.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try to recreate that.
That's awesome. So with all your screens and with all the sports that Seattle has, and now that we're so accessible to it by light rail, what's the like game day environment like at Bellevue Brewing Company? Like the Mariners are playing games right now. We've got Seahawks season. We've got the Kraken.
Well, so our biggest sales day
Yeah.
in the history of Bellevue Brewing was a sunny day where our outside was packed and the Kraken were in the playoff. There's something about hockey fans, and I don't mean to say anything bad about any other sets of fans. Hockey fans are rabid, and they really like to party during their games. And so that was it was a record for us. But the playoffs, the Mariners were in the playoffs.
Oh my God.
And
what
that
an
was
excite.
some great community building. And then, of course, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, and the place was just
Packed.
heaving. And sports bring people together, and sports definitely. When your sports team, your local sports team is good, it makes it a lot easier to pay your rent when you're a restaurant or a bar. A lot easier. People go to restaurants to enjoy themselves. They go to celebrate a birthday. They go to meet their friends after work. They take the kids out. They celebrate every little accomplishment. And they do it at restaurants, and it's such an honor to have them choose mine.
So in your retirement, you get to build community through your
I think
establishment.
retirement in quotes.
In quotes.
This is the
Okay,
hardest work I've
yeah.
ever done.
Okay.
You're busy, and particularly Bellevue Brewing
Yeah.
location. It's 9,000 square feet,
It's big.
and it's got a 2,500 square foot beer garden, and
Yeah.
it's a long walk to
You've got like a cute little culinary garden too.
Yeah, we do. There's some vegetables and fruits and such grown there. I had a server tell me the other day she walked 18,000 steps
Just
in a single
serving.
shift. Yeah, just
Wow.
serving. You don't impress your Fitbit that way because it's not like getting your heart
No,
rate
I
up.
mean,
But your legs feel it the next day.
I
That's for
bet.
sure. Sure is nice to sit down after work and have that first beer.
I know. I just did Rattlesnake Ledge, and that was 15,000
Yeah.
steps, and my legs were definitely jello
You
after
definitely- yeah, you
that.
definitely-
And then I went to Bellevue Brewing, so it was a
Oh,
good
hey,
day.
there you go.
Yeah.
Let our legs do the work for a change.
Absolutely. But like Bellevue Brewing Company isn't just about the beer either. I remember the first time I went there, I was just astonished by the food quality because, you go to a brewery, usually the food is an afterthought. I've been there quite a few times because I talk about Bellevue Brewing Company a lot to promote marketing of Bellevue to other people. But every time I've been there, I've not had a thing that missed.
Well, it's all homemade, and it's made with real fresh ingredients.
Yeah.
Most breweries, I think, have the temptation to focus on the beer. Food is an afterthought, so you buy frozen stuff, you deep fry it.
Sure.
Because let's admit it, deep fried stuff is really good with beer.
Yeah.
We've taken a different approach. We spend a lot more money on our food, and so
Got
we
it.
bring in everything fresh to hamburgers or hen patty. They're not frozen. Most everything we do, we buy the ketchup at the store, but the dressings, the sauces, the breads are all homemade.
Yeah, and the recipes, where are those coming from?
Well, I've got two really good chefs, Cesar and Daniel, and so they build a lot of it. But there's also family recipes. Basically, if I go into a new neighborhood and I'm building a restaurant, I look around at the other restaurants and say, okay, what aren't they serving?
Right.
What could I do that would add to the profile instead of just another burger place or just another pizza place?
And it's Birria sandwiches.
Oh, our birria tacos, our birria sandwiches, our birria nachos. Our
Those are
birria is so
good.
good. We make it fresh every morning, and the entire neighborhood smells like birria.
Oh my God. So
Uh,
the Meta employees are just smelling that on their way to work.
We make them guilty for eating their own food at their own cafeteria. Make them feel like they're missing something.
Yeah, and I remember getting one of your salads, and they were just these massive, crunchy, like filling salads.
Well, I don't like salad. And so my challenge to my chef was make a salad that I will order and then order again. And they did it.
Yeah.
Those salads they're legit.
They're good.
They're a full meal. It's hard to eat the whole thing.
It feels healthy, but it is hefty.
It is hefty. Yeah. So, thank you for noticing. We
Yeah.
we paid
No,
attention to those salads.
They're great. Yeah, and you've got great like fried pickles.
fried pickles. We smoke our own meats. We
Yeah.
everything, we
And I just saw you guys got Dungeness crab
yeah,
dip on
crab
that.
cakes. We
Crab
just started
cakes.
that as a special. In fact, I
Yeah.
had that 2 days ago. It was quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as the Dungeness crab state.
Yeah.
So Bellevue, very much a community that is built by the tech industry, right?
I'm not adopting any tech for my restaurant. There are these AI robots now
Oh
that
yeah.
are, delivering food, and there's robots that are flipping burgers. And I keep getting asked, "Are you going to do that?" I mean, you're right in the middle of,
You're in the heart of
the
tech.
Pacific Northwest tech
Yeah.
scene. Surely you've got, tech, and the answer is no, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
I want my breweries and bars to be a place where humans connect. And so you come to the bar and there's humans cooking the food. There's humans interacting with you at the bar. There's humans mixing your drinks. There's humans bringing them to you. There's other humans there having a good time.
And that's important to you in your second chapter of life, or has that always been a
It's
thing?
always been important to me.
Yeah.
It's funny. I grew up in tech.
Yeah.
My PhD in computer science from the University of Tennessee dates to 1992, I think.
Wow,
So I've
that's
been
the
in
year
it.
I was born.
There you go. You were wetting your diaper, and I was wetting my pants at my PhD dissertation at the same time.
And I remember reading that you had your doctorate in pattern analysis,
Oh, artificial intelligence. But
which
yeah,
is essentially,
pattern analysis, machine learning. We didn't really call it AI back then. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this my whole career, and then when I retire, all of a sudden it pops up and is a thing. I mean, I still give talks on it. I still keep up.
the Spring District makes it very easy for people to get to the Bellevue Brewing Company. What are some places that you like to go in Bellevue that are next to the stations?
Well, all of Bellevue is awesome, and
Yeah.
the central Bellevue train station is close. You can walk the entire city. Good restaurants and good bars, and I hope they will all be carrying the Bellevue Baller so visitors can taste it. And it's always been kind of a pain getting to and from the city to the Halo cities. I've never
Sure.
heard that term before. And now it's easy. And then where's it going north? Is it going to continue on
It
past
goes all
Redmond?
the way to UW and then Linwood.
And then
So it
what about
makes
the
kind
other
of a
way, past
U.
Redmond? Does it do anything past Redmond?
It will eventually, not
Yeah.
yet, but it does go into Redmond, which
Yeah.
is very nice. Yeah. And so how long have you been in Bellevue? Yeah.
2006, we moved here from Florida.
2006 was a very different Bellevue.
Yes, indeed. There was only one skyscraper, and it was the Hyatt.
Yeah.
That was the tallest building in Bellevue.
And you said,
now
I want to move there.
it's not. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know the Pacific Northwest it was all new to us. I'd never lived anywhere but the South. Bellevue kind of had everything. It was kind of it wasn't yet a little Seattle. I think it's getting closer to being a little Seattle.
What do you mean by that?
With its own culture and its own, you're in Bellevue.
Yeah.
Like when you're in Seattle,
Distinct
you're picked up,
experience.
put to sleep and picked up and put into Seattle, and you look around, you're in Seattle.
Right.
You can tell it by just the vibe. And I
Right.
think Bellevue is getting that.
And, we're located in the Pacific Northwest, which is immersed in nature, like evergreen forests, mountains, and stuff.
Well, Bellevue
like
has its
that.
own gardens. Bellevue
Right.
has its own hiking trails. Bellevue has it's on the waterfront.
Yeah.
Mount Rainier looms over it. On a
On a
nice
lucky
clear day,
day.
you can see Baker on the other side of it. Snowflake Lane during
Yeah.
Christmas,
It's
and
massive.
everything. All the holidays they just do really well.
Truly is a gem. And since you've moved to the Pacific Northwest by way of Bellevue and such, have you kind of adopted like the hiking outdoors lifestyle?
Well, growing up in Kentucky, that was always my lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that was
we
already in
hiked
your
and
blood.
camped. Yeah, and in fact, it was one of the reasons I was willing to move out here and relocate my family.
Yeah.
Was the access to nature.
What are some of your favorite hikes?
Oh, I really like the Dosey Wallops in the Olympics. We just got back from the Olympic Peninsula and did the rainforest, the Hoh Rainforest. I like the mountains that are hikeable.
Right.
And then, just backpacking in the area is so different than any other place. I mean, where else do you see herds of mountain goats?
Where did you see herds of mountain goats?
Near Mount Stewart.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome,
here
man. I
today.
enjoyed
was
it.
Awesome talking to you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah. And we hope to see you for the FIFA World Cup matches this summer in Bellevue. Make sure to subscribe and follow along for more stories about our people and our places.
This video was recorded and produced by Just Talk Studios, the premier video podcasting studio in Bellevue, Washington. Visit justtalkstudios.com to learn more and book your session today.